Today I'm going to be discussing the importance of child discipline with you guys. So first things off, we're going to start with just asking you a question is, why do some parents choose not to discipline their kids? Now, I know it's different for everybody. Everybody has their own ways about going about these things. Either some do discipline their kids and some don't. But I feel very heavily on this because I've seen a lot of kids end up with more problems in their future than they really have, versus whenever they're disciplined, they have a greater idea of how to go about things through their life, the challenges they face, the anger that they come across in certain situations. It's just better for them. So that's what I'm going to be first discussing, the reasons why some parents choose to not. And the reasons behind that is sometimes parents can lose sight that a child's going to get mad at you at some point in time. It's okay as a parent if your child gets mad at you. It's going to happen. They're not always going to be happy with you. There are times when my 2-year-old child is mad at me because I didn't get his food fast enough. And that's when it comes to discipline on our part to show them patience and show them to wait. And a lot of times there are some parents out there that feel, because of things that happened in their past, certain situations with their parents or situations like that, that cause them to think that they have to be nice to them instead of discipline them, and that it makes them the bad person by disciplining them. And that's so wrong. It's so off. You're doing a million things right by going about it and trying to show them the right way to go. That's our job. So whether you feel like you're being mean or not, sometimes it's just going to have to come down to that. Secondly is, don't be afraid of disciplining your child. They're still going to love you at the end of the day. There are certain ways to discipline your child. It doesn't always have to necessarily be spanking them or yelling at them or anything like that, or you being the one that feels completely in control. It's also about them realizing that the punishment that you give them, it could be timeout time, but giving them something to where they understand that you're only trying to show them that it was wrong and that you're trying to teach them better from it. Then they kind of go, okay, well, this involves me too. This is my choice too. So it makes it easier for them to go along with it and realize whenever they're wrong, which that helps them a lot in the future, for a child to sit there and know when they're wrong, and also to just go ahead and face the punishment instead of acting out and, going all crazy when they don't get their way. 100 times better, you guys, 100 times better. Next thing I want to discuss is the positive effects of discipline. I am one that does discipline my children. I, from time to time, I do tend to spank them, which I'm not big on spanking because I myself, I don't really like it. But also it's really important to make sure that, to know that every approach is different for every child. Not every child is the same. So of course there's going to be different ways to go about it. For me, sometimes spanking is kind of the way to go, but I usually tend to go for more of the timeout choice because it gives me positive results. And the difference that's made throughout this is completely shocking versus whenever you see parents with their kids out and they don't have any self-control whatsoever while they're out. They don't want to listen to their parent when they're in the stores. They'll act out. They'll scream forever, I've seen so many different things and situations for people. And I'm telling you, it's so much better for you to set up a guide for your child and show them that through along the way that it's not them just doing bad all the time, but this is your way of showing them that they can do good, even when they do mess up, there's something that will come out of it that will benefit them in the long run. And I'm going to leave you with a few words from myself, not a famous quote, but a few words. And that is, the bettering of your child comes from your dedication and efforts as a parent. So just remember that when going through everything with your children, to have patience with them and give them the options that they need in order to feel like they're a part of their growth as well. And the difference in the results for not only yourself, it'll be a lot easier for you as a parent, but for them as well in the future when it comes to their decisions and all the things that they end up choosing to do along their path. So thank you guys so much for listening, and till the next time.